was not as powerful as I thought it was gonna be. I almost... That was disgusting. I apologize. What's up? To the surprise of no one, I am super tired. I slept in like an hour, which was awesome. How's everyone? Yo, what up? What up? I know usually on Thursdays we get videos, but I said heck it, I didn't want to edit today, so I just decided to stream. So it's gonna be kind of low effort, low energy stream. More so than usual. I'm also just waiting for the caffeine to kick in, but I am so addicted to caffeine where it just doesn't affect me much anymore, unless it's like high-powered energy. Black coffee, all it does is take away my headaches. And tastes like an ashtray. Alright, that's good enough. Hello, 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 hello. Ugh, I really don't expect anyone to show up today, but... A little different type of stream today. Why does black coffee taste like an ashtray, honestly? Oh, wake up, wake up, wake up. I forgot what background music I had for the chatting. What is it? Let me see. Passing time. Oh. Oh, that's the mellow one. Okay, yeah. Very tired, guys. What's new? I forgot how sensitive this thing is. I put down a mug and it activates. But I can't, you know, not have it that sensitive or it won't pick up my voice because I am a mumbler. So, based on the title of the stream, 2 years ago today, roughly, this face, or at the very least an early iteration of Rune Steamorph, was first made. I know. Yeah, 2 years. I didn't realize it myself. I must have missed the 1 year anniversary last year. I don't know what I was doing last year. Around this time, I think I was just focusing on streaming more. So, yeah. Today's video is also supposed to take place of a Rune Rambles video. So, you're getting a more authentic version of me rambling that's not scripted and not unedited. So, this is the uncut producer's extended director's cut edition. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying words. I had like a whole speech ready and whatnot. Now, 2 years ago, Rune Steamorph, this face, me, looked a lot different. Hey, CO. 2 years ago today, since you just showed up, 2 years ago today, Rune Steamorph was created. This is our 2-year anniversary? Birthday? I mean, it's technically a Rune birthday stream. But I don't do birthdays, so I guess it's the anniversary of being myself, I guess. I don't know what this is. Yes, thank you, thank you. To celebrate 2 years of actually committing to a persona, because I have a long history of sticking with a persona for like a year or so, and then immediately dropping it and creating a new one. I actually think this is the longest I've ever kept a persona. Now, she has gone through some phases. We have at least 3 redesigns to go through today. But, yeah. Okay, let's see if I know how to do this. We could do viewing. You know what? I'm gonna say image. And then browse. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. I'm gonna try anyway, so bear with me. To bring up the first and original Rune Steamorph design. This was a sketch dump I did. I remember this very vividly. I was sitting in the back row at my synagogue designing this character that I'd been ruminating in my head for, God, months at that point, because, and I'll get into it, whoops, make this smaller. Sorry, chat, you're being covered. Let me move this. There we go. Here she is, the original design of Rune Steamorph, and there's some backstory to this. Okay, what first really inspired me to change my persona in this form was a very specific video. I remember it like it was yesterday. There's a channel called Prickly Alpaca. You should really check her out. She's awesome. She does cosplay, sewing videos. She's also gotten into some sculpting and whatnot. But I think it was the first video I saw of her, and it was the first video that inspired Rune, was her, what was it? Yeah, her Libra witch costume. And it just seeing her creative process, how she made a witch Sona based on her zodiac sign. It was so inspiring. How many times can I say inspire? And I put this one together based on my special interests. Now, where did the orange and purple come from? Because that is a very odd color combination, and my favorite color is green, so why didn't I go with green hair? Well, because green hair, by the words of our fair rarity, is absolutely hideous. And very hard to maintain. And at the time, I was grossly addicted to Pinterest, and still kind of am addicted to Pinterest. And I've been seeing this, like, sunset hair with orange and purple, so I thought, I would like that. So I gave it to Rune. I also gave her teeth, red eyes, because I'm edgy. Sounds like a challenge to a drinking game. Well, this stream, get the shots ready, man. We're gonna get hammered tonight. It's midday. It's Friday somewhere. Anyway, so this was like the first design of her, and I posted it on Toy House. I created her own Sona thing because I had all these plans. I was very much an ambitious creator. I still am in a way, but I had I had a lot of ambitions for her specifically, which I will get into. So, to do something a little special for today, since I don't have all the footage, I was thinking, and this is only if you guys want to do it, I was thinking about going through my channel and pulling up some old videos from this time period and talking about my creative journey that led me up to this point. That's only if you guys want to do it. If you guys don't want to watch my videos, you know, just watch it on your own time, don't want to do it on stream, we won't. I'll just point them out. But that's only if you guys want to do it. Now, how am I going to do this? Because if I pull up privated videos, yes. No privated videos, but this will be like a commentary. I have my headphones already plugged in, so we don't have to worry about that. If I pull this separate, I can. Ha 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 ha! Oh, I'm a genius! Okay. We're going to switch to Streamception. The chat's going to be a little lower. Apologize for that. Rune, let's do a thing. Also, Rune. Now, how am I going to do this thing? Quit calling me out. Anyway. So, my YouTube channel technically has existed for, well, at least my Google account has existed for over 13 years. I can't believe it's been that long. Now, I hadn't been posting videos that whole time because I first created my Google account when I was 13, I think. Actually, I don't remember how old I was, but I do remember I was sort of either in high school at least when I started making videos. And unfortunately, all those videos from that time period, because back then I was doing like I had plans to do a whole Warrior Cats video essays. I had whole things ready. I was doing speed paints. So many speed paints. They were like the biggest thing on YouTube for me. I was inspired by River Spirit. If that name rings any bells, that's who inspired me, really, to start doing speed paints of all of my Warriors fan art, which is still up on DeviantArt. All the fan art is still on DeviantArt, but the videos, unfortunately, are all gone. And I'll get into why later. I also had ambitions. I started a second channel that was going to be fully dedicated to My Little Pony stuff, because I saw at the time, you know, my corner of the internet was either Warrior Cat speed paints, video essays, or, you know, analysis channels for My Little Pony. So I started that channel. Went nowhere, I deleted it, started another channel that was just for fan art so I could separate fan art from my original creations. The fan art channel went nowhere, I deleted it like a dumbass, and then just threw everything on this channel and went through so many iterations. In fact, I actually think Rune's design started way back when I was called Doomfang. Because I was like Decepticat on YouTube for the longest time. And I was like this little Decepticon cat thing that was doing Warrior Cats book reviews. Unfortunately, all those videos are gone. But I still have very, very vivid memories of making those videos. And I was actually having fun. I was having a lot of fun with those videos. I even, if this rings any bells, I was doing a lot of edits for Transformers, where I was taking clips from the show and editing it to different audio, which is absolutely fun. I still have those up. They're not on my channel, but they're on a different video platform called, like, not Venmo, what is it? It's Vimeo or something? I'll link it in the, but I'll pin a comment after the stream is over, so you guys can go watch that, because I'm still very proud of those edits. But, you know, I didn't want them on YouTube anymore because of copyright. I was very, very afraid of copyright at the time. So, I got rid of those. Hi, Waffles. Hi. We're doing a 2-year anniversary stream. Also, a live Rune Rambles. Coffee break. So that's where all those videos went. But then, like, 4 years ago, I just said, fuck it. Let's get back into YouTube just for the heck of it. And it started off with, like, Doom the Tygon, which was my old persona. And again, I was just doing speed paints of OCs and whatnot. I tried to do a vlog. If you guys want to see the vlog, it's still here. It's like, yeah, it's one of the oldest videos on my channel. Oh my god, I absolutely hate vlogging. I've only done 2 vlogs in my life, and both times I hated every second of it. Now, it's funny, during this vlog, it was not quite the best time of my life, but I was having a lot of fun during that time. So I thought, you know what, I'm having fun, I'm feeling good, let me record it. And then I immediately felt shit about recording it, because I have very bad luck with phone cameras. I also tried to do a podcast with my sister called Reverse Duo, which is just... I don't hate the videos, because I liked that we were talking about something we were passionate about, which was books that we liked as kids. But, like, the audio quality. The audio quality! So bad. It was so bad. And I also was just posting shit that made me laugh. Again, with speed paints. I started streaming on Twitch then. That was not very long-lived at all. Because I don't hate streaming on Twitch. I just hate viewing on Twitch. I talked about it last stream. And then I went through this weird phase that only lasted 2 videos, because that's how, like, most of my phases on the internet take place away from the internet, if that makes sense, but then, like, on the internet, it's only like, oh, you only did this for 2 videos. It's like, trust me, that was like a 4-month-long bender where I was just obsessing over things, but didn't do anything with it, because it all just stayed in my head. That's a reoccurring thing. Reoccurring theme. I have obsessions that last for months, then I never, you know, do anything with it, and then I'm like, ah, fuck it, no one wants to see this, let's just do something else. And then it was just random speed paints for a while I was streaming, because I think I was streaming I was streaming a lot during this time on YouTube and on Twitch, but then switched over to YouTube just so it was all in one place, because I hated having to constantly switch back and forth. But then, and I mentioned, that blessed prickly alpaca video dropped about her Libra witch, and it inspired me so much. I'm going to... I thought about actually watching these, just for the heck of it, but this speed paint is when I was making her design. If you guys want to watch that, shout out in the chat, because if not, we can move on. I'll give Twitch one thing over the YouTube, the chat window is more stable. Yeah. Not sure if that's just a me thing, but it happens sometimes. Chat just decides, nah, I don't feel like it. Yeah, the chat in Twitch is a lot more readily accessible, I should say, and it is a lot easier to get started as a streamer on Twitch than on YouTube. But I'm here for the long time, not for the fun time. For a short, I don't know what the phrase is. I get why people prefer streaming on Twitch, but when it comes to, like, viewing, I'm absolutely appalled by it because I have to turn down my video quality, like, all the way down, because then it's just constantly buffering, and then 6 ads that play a lot faster and clearer than the actual stream I'm watching. Alright, well, that's one vote. You convinced me. Hopefully the audio isn't too loud. Come on, open. Open. Can you guys see it okay? I can't actually see on my stream. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna be doing some live commentary if the audio quality gets a little wonky. I apologize for that. I only have my headphones halfway on because I don't like talking with headphones on. But at the same time, you know, I like to hear the music. I gotta turn that down just for my sake. It doesn't feel like my art style has changed much, or my actual drawing process. But I have noticed at least I think, my anatomy has gotten a lot better. I'm still shit at drawing feet and hands, as we'll see. I struggle with the hands a lot in this stream. Not stream, in this video. God, the star border that I stole off of Google Images. Oh, God. Oh, and these shoes. Don't ask me what these shoes were supposed to be, because I didn't want to draw her in sneakers, and I didn't want to draw her in knee-high boots. Oh, that's what this was. The point of her design to be this specific way. I'm a big pauser, so I'm sorry if that annoys you. The reason her design was this very specific way was because I created her with the intention of cosplaying. Which, if my intention was to cosplay, I don't know why I put her in this tiny-ass dress and leggings, because I hate little dresses and I hate leggings. So, what the hell was I thinking? But I didn't want to put her in thigh-highs, because I can't wear thigh-high boots. As much as I would love to wear thigh-high boots, I can't do them. Oh yeah, the book. The tome is a carryover from when Rune Skiamorph was an original species. Because they had a lot of their power was connected to the books called a tome. And in this design, her tome was kind of the source of her power as well. Not so much anymore, though. So I'm not sure what... Here's me struggling with the arms and hands. I think I've gotten better with hands. They're not little claw fingers as much anymore, but I'm still shit at hands. I think this dress is one I saw on Pinterest. Again, a lot of inspiration from Pinterest. And the cold shoulder with the butterfly sleeves is solely because I like the cold shoulder look. I don't have any outfits that actually have a cold shoulder, because I can't find it anywhere. If you guys know where to find cool aesthetic clothes that have cold shoulders, let me know. Oh yeah, the point of the witch. I wanted to give her the witch hat and make her a not witch, because she's not a witch, channel rebrand. It's because I really like the way the hat looks. Like, I used to like it a lot at the time. But that, can you guys hear me okay? God, those hands I'm struggling with. The point of her design also was to call attention to the misconceptions and the ridiculousness of superstitions, which there's a video for that we are definitely watching. And for someone says, hey, is your character a witch? No, I'm not a witch, but you're wearing a witch hat. Well, that's just a common misconception. That was the joke, really. For people to look at her and go, oh my god, she's a witch, and go, I'm not a witch, I'm just wearing a hat! Because if you look into the history of the hats and the witch's brew, it comes from women cooking, basically. And they were brewers, because they had those pointy hats. I don't know where the broomstick came from, but the cauldron and the witch's brew, those are ingredients that you would use in making alcohol. I thought you were a witch. Nope, not a witch. Cryptid. Absolutely. I love this song. This song used to be my outro, if you can believe it or not. You lose control, bittersweet. Oh, fuck! What happened? Well, that was not supposed to happen at all. Okay, now I'm confused. I guess it's hitting with my numbers? My hotkeys? I'm sorry about that, guys. I didn't know that would happen. I was going to switch to my other form so I could sing along. Technical. Isn't it really a Rune stream if there's no technical difficulties? Garbage is here. That's why the dogs are barking. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? I apologize, guys. Hey! No. Another one for the Rune bingo. Yep. I also had 4 colors in my hair. I forgot about that. I don't know what this was. Why I had decided on 4 colors in my hair. Because there's 2 purples and 2 oranges. That was like streaked in there. I think it was supposed to be shading. If you're interested with the video hidden number, yes it will. Okay. I didn't realize it did that. But I'll keep that in mind. Her base colors haven't changed much. Because, like, she still has the... Instead of the full leggings, she just has the leg bits with solid black shoes. Like, the green for her dress is mostly the same. The brown on her arms is mostly the same. She also used to wear a lot more jewelry. Yep, there it is. There's my old Persona design. Still named Doom. Later changed to Rune. They're called skeomorphs, which are shape-shifting shadow creatures that can change their form based on light discs that they put on their chest, and they were shapeshifters. And if that sounds a little familiar to Wildcrats to you, it's because that was an accidental thing that I didn't mean to do. But a lot carried over, like the name, the book, the butterfly symbol, but that's just about it lore-wise. My first thought was Ben 10. Yeah, he had the Omnitrix, though, which is slightly different. But that is still a cool concept. How does it feel to breathe? There's the Rise-inspired shadow under the pants because you don't want to accidentally have a panty shot. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? I've never seen you out of your head. Cut to the bone is broken up head. And this was my old outro. Oh my god. This has given me so many memories. So bad at editing. How sad. Technical difficulties aside. And that was the video. That came out September 7th. 2 days after Rune's first creation. And then I was like, yay, this is my jumping off point. Splat. Right on my face. Did not get anywhere with this concept. Well, I sort of did. I did for a little bit. I had a series that I wanted to do called Adapting Adoptables, which is where I take a character that I adopted and then adapt it for my original creations. Because I had a lot of those. I actually had a lot of Adapting Adoptables planned, but every time I went down to script them, it just never felt right. So then I just went back to... I saw a FNAF song in your recommend. Oh god, I'm gonna be outed from my YouTube recommendations. Shh. Yes, I listen to... yes, I'm a FNAF fan. Hush. So I made this video, and I felt good recording and scripting it, but when it came to, like, editing it, that's again... When it comes to editing these projects is when I immediately lose motivation and think it's stupid and then just quit. Now, I muscled through with this one because I was gonna make it, goddammit. So I posted it, and then, like, October hit, because I made these in September, and I wanted to do these 2 speed paints, which I'm still insanely proud of these 2. I won't show them here, but I'm still insanely proud of these 2 speed paints for my Cannibal Pumpkin characters. One of them is featured in Art Fight. Editing Rune's arch nemesis. Yeah, well that's when I started a series called Rune Rambles, which is still going strong to this day. And we will be watching this one. My first video where I, really sat down and kind of had a conversation with myself. Because that was originally the point of Rune Rambles, was to me to just sit down, have a conversation with myself, and just get used to talking. Because it's not that I don't like talking, it's that I hate recording and listening to my voice. You know, but I feel like everyone goes through that. Anyway, let's pull up the video, and I'll just let, like, an online diary thing. I'm not exactly sure if it was going to be that, but then it became something else. So let's pull this up, and I'll let her do the talking. Oh. Oh god, the audio. The audio quality.
So...
Oh! I just remembered. I actually can't play the audio on stream, because I'll get copyright claimed, because some asshole claimed the song Identity Crisis by Myuu, which is copyright free, so a third party claimed the audio for this video, so I can't play the song Identity Crisis anymore. Shit, I just remembered that. Fiddle. Does it play throughout the whole thing? It does. Well, if I play it quietly enough, and I think this has the... Yeah, I have also... Do I have background music playing here? I do. So if I have background music playing at the same time, I think. Why isn't this playing? Loop. That's why. So if I have background playing at the same time, I think it shouldn't ding me. But if it does, I won't edit this part out, but I will just be pissed about it. Okay. Sorry about that. And the audio is so the quality is so terrible in this video anyway. I was recording it on my laptop. How loud can I push this?
Hi, my name is Rune. Rune Steelmore. And I hate recording myself. I don't know what it is. I can talk by myself to myself all the livelong day, unscripted, and not mess up anything, even though I am usually when I talk to myself and just role-playing as my own characters, trying to get dialogue down for other future projects. So I guess there's that element to it.
I still do that.
Not so easy for me, but the second sit down, hit record, complete blank.
Yep.
Tight-lipped, can't speak, hardly think straight. Just can't do it.
It still happens to me to this day. Can you guys hear it okay? Like, I know it's quiet because a lot of my videos back then were quiet, and they still kind of are quiet to this day. That's because I just don't like obnoxiously loud videos.
Now, I've tried scripting before. I have a scripted video currently on this channel, and I tell you what, little behind the scenes peek. The build-up to sitting down, hitting record, to read my lines, I sat squirming in my chair in front of this OBS on my laptop for a good, I'll say 10 to 15 minutes.
Yep.
Just bolstering up the courage to even utter a sentence.
I remember this video very vividly.
I was gonna roll. I only had to like re-say a line or two a few times because I didn't like the way I said it, or I accidentally misread a few things. But then it didn't feel like it was me talking anymore. I felt like I was performing, which I guess for that kind of video you do perform. You do put on some sort of facade to be entertaining, to be more appealing, more cohesive. But while editing it, I was cringing because I was listening to my own voice. I know I'm going to cringe editing this audio.
I did.
If I even bother to do that. But it felt like it wasn't me talking. Like I was listening to someone else. And I guess that could also be attributed to the fact where my recording voice does not sound anything like the voice I hear when I talk. I don't mind my talking voice or my singing voice. I think I sound fairly decent when I sing. But then when I hear a recording, I just cringe because in my head when I'm talking, because that's where my ears are, I don't sound that nasally.
Oh, yeah. Ugh.
I sound... It's different. So...
Yeah, I still, big pause there. I still don't like listening to my recorded voice because I'm like, good God, am I actually that nasally? Oh, that's so annoying. Why do people listen to that? But it's because I am so congested. But in my ears, because like your eardrum is set in your skull, behind your sinuses and your nasal cavities. So your voice always will sound different from what you hear to what other people hear. But since I am so congested, I am more nasally, or at least I feel I'm nasally, more nasally sounding, I guess. I don't know what the word is, but yes, I still sort of feel this way, except less angry about it. I've come to terms with the fact that my voice sounds different. Yeah, we always hear ourselves different. But to me, I don't always sound stuffy. But when I listen to recordings, I'm like, oh God, blow your nose. But it's not that's not what it is. It's just congestion, bones, and airflow, which is natural. But I had a very hard time. For some reason, I had and still have a very hard time come to terms with the fact. With that fact.
That's also why I guess another reason why I feel so apprehensive to recording any sort of audio, because it doesn't sound like it's me anymore. The scripting and then the voice thing.
Also, I have dyslexia.
But I guess that's...
So the scripting always...
And it just really affects me. Because everything really affects me. And other people just get on with it.
I actually started crying right here.
Record a little preface saying that, this is just gonna be a rambling video. If you don't like that, don't watch. Non-scripted, ooh. Shut up. Okay, I'm not making fun of people who make disclaimers in front of their videos for that, because, I mean, you gotta make disclaimers, I guess. But I'm not always like this.
I still feel the same way about disclaimers and whatnot. I hate them.
For a video, I am so excited to just do it. I have so many plans and ambitions, and then other times I sit down and I record and I edit and I get videos ready. But then the second I gotta sit down, do the art for the damn videos, I got full video essays with animations planned and whatnot. If half of what I imagined I actually did, I would be like on video 100 of whatever series came to mind.
Yep.
But then I feel that for like 2 days. And then there's weeks on end where I'm just, what am I doing? Why'd I even bother? Why'd I bother writing all these video scripts when I know I'm not going to record them?
Yeah.
When I know I'm not going to do anything with it. And then I delete all those files. And then there's those 2 days where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start over. Start over fresh. Make new videos. Finally make the content I want to do and be the person, the internet personality I want to be. And then the whole thing starts over again.
I talked about this earlier. This has been with me for years.
Diagnosed with bipolar.
I don't have bipolar.
Patterns of manic behavior and depressive behavior. And I'm not sure if it's just environmental stuff or if it even counts because they only last, like, my mania only lasts, like, a few days. Or if it even is mania.
I should, I guess, not really preface, but I should say that when I was making these videos and when I was feeling this, when I was making this video specifically, I was not in a healthy headspace. It was 2022. So, the whole COVID thing hit, and that really messed up my mental health, more so than I realized. I thought I was just, I didn't know what it was, but it messed me up in more ways than I realized. But now looking back at it, I'm like, oh, yeah, that really effed me up. Because it was like 4 years after I graduated from high school. I should by this point have a college degree and have been moved out and on my own and doing my own thing, but no, I'm not doing that. I am not where I thought I should be. And it took me like 5 years to come to terms with the fact that my life didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, which is a really long time to be bummed out about life. But, when you spend most of your formative years being told this is how you are supposed to be for your life, you are supposed to do this, and then it never happens like that, you get discouraged. Yeah.
But depression really kicks my ass, and, well, kicks everybody's ass. Who am I talking about? What am I talking about? Who am I to think I'm the only person who feels this way?
Started crying again.
I guess that's why I finally sat my ass down to record stuff like this. Why not?
I also, yeah, here's another thing that was really kicking my ass mental health wise. I felt like I wasn't allowed to feel my emotions because other people were going through worse things, which is not healthy whatsoever. I know that now, but like at the time I was like, oh, I want, I feel like I need to talk about my mental health, but who am I to talk about mental health when there are other people going through worse things, I think those 4 years, 2020 onward, have fucked with everyone's mental psyche, because then we became more chronically online than we normally would have, and then we've become more aware of other people's emotions, so we're like, oh, well, this person just lost their... It's like, why am I upset for losing for like a small thing? Why am I upset for that when someone else just died in a car accident? Why am I'm not allowed to say that, oh, I'm feeling bad because other people have it worse. Which is terrible. Do not feel that way. Don't think that. That is very unhealthy. If you are feeling bad about your situation, that is your situation. Feel however you want to feel about it. How you act on those emotions is completely up to you and your responsibility. But don't feel bad about feeling bad for yourself or for your situation just because, quote, other people have it worse. Yeah, but you're not other people. You are you. You are allowed to feel bad for you. And you are allowed to feel good for you, even though the world is shit. Life's a bitch and then you die. You're allowed to feel however you want to feel. How you act on those emotions is your responsibility. But in the meantime, if you're just want to sit in your room and cry about something stupid, go ahead. Crying is healthy. It is a release of emotions. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to laugh, laugh. If you need to punch a pillow, by all means, punch that pillow. But if you break that pillow, you have to fix it. Anyway, let's finish this and move on.
Oh, I can't be the only one who feels this way. But it feels like I do, because everyone always puts their best face forward, or best foot. They put on a show to make themselves more entertaining and appealing for a public audience, and edit out all the bad stuff. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's what it means to be an internet.
Don't sound too sniffly. Apologies for that. And anyway, hopefully I can sit down and do these more. Just hopefully not just talking about things that bother me, but just talking. So I can get used to talking and recording and editing and just making a damn video, doing something with all my ideas. Because I got a shitload of ideas. So much so that it's really, really fucking hard for me to get them out there.
I made a whole video on that.
A bag of bees when you're trying to listen to one buzz. Or something like that.
Does that make sense?
This is what happens when I don't script.
Yeah.
Long pauses of silence that I am editing out. I'm definitely editing. God. I'm definitely editing all the long pauses out.
I actually also have a speech impediment.
Weird. Me making a declarative statement and then being silent for 2 minutes just to say, you know, and then dead silence again. Because I guess that's how long it takes for my brain to buffer.
Oh, Phoenix, I was saying how I have a lot of ideas, and it was like having a bag of bees while you're trying to listen to just one. That was the analogy I went for in the video, and I'm sitting there like, does that even make sense? I don't know. Sorry, it has to be quiet, because not only audio is quiet, but also the music is third-party copywritten.
I think for my own Redbubble, I even made a hat like that just had the buffering symbol on the hat. So I was like, I need a stamp on my forehead that just shows the buffering symbol. Because that's what it feels like. But then sometimes I'm working at like 40k frames a second or whatever. And I'm being cohesive, I'm being great. But
This is kind of a prelude to my creativity video.
Is that how everyone feels? Or is it just me? I've always gone on record of saying this one quote that I came up with. I can't tell if what I'm feeling is normal and no one talks about it, or I need help and should seek therapy. Shrug.
That's a real chair that I'm coloring.
So I wanted to say this.
It's a real chair I have.
Insert catchy outro.
I still can't think of outros.
Insert catchy intro at the beginning. Or whatever. This has been Rune Rambles, whatever. Rune Rambles, or whatever I decide to call this series with a wacky speed paint in the background. Or I'm gonna just end the videos with, yeah, whatever. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, comment, and subscribe. Kill me. I probably shouldn't say that.
No, that's TOS, technically.
really stop recording. Okay, I'm stopping. Bye.
I still can't think of catchy outros or intros, which is why I have been recently ending all my videos with me just peacing out. So yeah, that was the video that kind of kicked off me saying, you know what? Let's get this bread. And then I just went on from there. Then I really started getting into a groove because I was like, oh, I actually like this now, and I started talking about the new year. And I really like all these old sprites that I used that I unfortunately do not have access to anymore. And then I made a pet peeves video. And then I got COVID. I got COVID. Well, I was actually sick. I had a fever while I was recording this video. And then I started editing it, and I was like, no, I gotta go to bed. And that's why there's such a huge gap between this video and this video. Because I was actually sick for 2 weeks. I was out for 2 weeks for... It was either COVID or the flu. I couldn't really tell the difference. Because, like it was the flu, but they said it was COVID, but it's basically the flu. So... And then I kind of just went back to my default settings for a while. Just stream edits and speed paints. That's another stream edit that was actually pretty funny. And I tried to get back into doing videos, but also, yeah, the audio and the editing drove me up a damn wall. But here, this is what I tried to do. I tried to get into, doing animatics based on Rune's lore, with air quotes, about her being against superstitions, and I had an idea of making a whole video series talking about different superstitions, their origins, what they actually were, and why they're stupid. So, we can watch this. I actually am pretty proud of half the illustrations and how it turned out.
Personally, I have nothing but contempt for all superstitions and all superstitious people. I hate all of them. I hate riding in the car with someone.
God, I hate drawing cars.
We're about to drive over a bridge. Like, I'm gonna get out of the car, and I hope you drive off this bridge. I really do. They're all dumb. It's 11:11. Make a wish. I wish you would drink a smoothie of cyanide and broken rocks. That's what I wish.
Yeah, I spent
All super...
entirely too long. Where is it? Here. I spent entirely too long on this frame. Just drawing the stupid car. 4 hours well spent. Yeah. Make a wish. I am very proud of this face here. Still very proud of that face. Hey, EXO! Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. This sequence was also not hard to draw, but I was like, how much movement can I get away with these butterflies? Showing that I, like, teleported out of the car in a swarm of butterflies. I also really like that one. It's just, I'm gonna get out of the car, and I hope you drive off this bridge. I really do. I also didn't know how I was supposed to draw cyanide and broken rocks, so I just went with this root beer float looking motherfucker. Long live the king. Yeah, very much long live the king. And here's something funny. These are all actual superstitions that I almost, like, I was learning about and was just, what? Like, you know, the black cats, you know, the black cat crossing your path being bad luck or whatever. Complete lies created by a pope who was afraid of cats, and he said, oh, cats are the devil and actually witches, so you should kill them to get rid of all the cats. And then the bubonic plague happened, and it killed half of Europe. So, a superstition, a dumbass superstition, killed half of Europe. Little known history fact. Also, I didn't know. I never got the spilled salt thing where you gotta like toss it over your shoulder. That the moths are witches thing. Where like if you have a fever or if you're sick and you're laying in your bed and a moth comes by and lands on you, that was a witch trying to steal your soul. That's what they believed back then. What? No. But the thing is, when you were sick and you had a fever, you were sweating. So the moth was coming in to drink your sweat because they need the salt. Moths are butterflies or fairies. Yeah, and they were called butterflies because when they would milk, when they would milk cows, they would leave the butter out to make, they would leave the milk out to make butter, and then moths really, because in the night they would leave the window open to let it cool, would come by and drink the buttermilk, or the milk that was off the top, and they're like, oh, those are butterflies. But then somewhere in history, it split to where the cutesy, colorful butterflies were good and mystery and were beautiful and powerful images of transformation, while the moths were evil incarnate and vivitches. I was like, what? Huh? What? I can't blame the medieval period for not knowing certain things because they just didn't know at the time. But also, where did that come from? Where did that come from? Also, of course, the 3 knocks equal death thing. I never understood it. It's the rule of 3 because apparently rules of 3 came from the Holy Trinity. So when you would knock 3 times or do things in 3s, you were mocking the Holy Trinity, or like the 3 slash marks from like a demon. It was like, oh, the demon possession because there are 3 marks on the whatever, mocking the Holy Trinity instead of like that being 3 claws, or heaven forbid you had OCD back then. Because then you were of a vivitch, mocking the Holy Trinity, because you did things repetitively in 3s. You can't tell because I don't have a face cam, but I am absolutely livid right now. Also, the 13. I have no idea where unlucky 13 came from. This is like what Rune was supposed to be. She was supposed to be the thing that was like, what the hell is superstitions? These are stupid, don't believe in them. I want to listen to more fun facts. Oh, I got a plethora. I have a plethora. But I don't know where the 13 came from. I literally don't know. Is it because of the 12 disciples? Or, the tribes of Judah? Or, not Judah, the tribes of Israel? It's from 13th Friday, Jacques Melanie died and cursed the French king. Well, that just sucks for him. Why do we all have to suffer from 13? I know, Friday the 13th is my favorite slasher film series. The second one being my favorite. But, the 13 being unlucky was like, really? 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 Like, the 13th floor at a hotel. That Tom Segura, he had, like, a part 2 to this talk where he was talking about how a hotel, the 4 seasons, didn't have a 13th floor because of the superstition? It's like, what? You're really... An entire hotel is going to... You have, like, 13 floors, but it goes from 11, 12, 14. Even though that is the 13th floor, they're gonna call it 14 because 13 is bad and whatnot. It's like, now, I understand why some public spaces would not want to have the number 13 or 666, because then some, like, cultist activity will, you know, see that and go, oh, let's have our rituals here where we kill animals and whatnot and kidnap children for our ritualistic sacrifices to Molech or whatever the fuck. It's like, I understand not wanting that in your vicinity, but, like, to actually be afraid of the number 13 and whatnot was like, what the fuck is... Yeah, can we... Why can't we just get rid of 13 at this point? Let's get rid of the superstition. There's nothing wrong with the number. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the number, you fucking nerds. Also, the 666 thing. They said, oh, that's from the Bible and that's the devil's number. Did you read the passage? Have you read the passage? The number 666, yes, is from the Bible, but it's because it was talking about the Antichrist, and it was in the Antichrist, it was in the Bible. I don't remember the exact passages, so I'm just paraphrasing. Talking about the Antichrist, or like the second coming, and they were talking about who the Antichrist was going to be. He was going to be from a specific part of the world. He was going to be from Sumeria or something like that. He was going to be from Sumeria, and he was going to have the mortal head wound that everyone talks about, and they said his numbers were going to be 666, but that was because that was going to be the numerical value of his name. And I asked my rabbi about that. I was like, what the hell does this mean? It feels a little out of nowhere, like it was a mistranslation. And he said, well, yes, because that was added in later in case anyone wanted to, like, know the numerical value of his name. Like, his name was going to have 6 letters in it. And I'm like, oh, so it was for nerds. And he said, yes. So 666 means nothing. Yet the entirety of everyone is so afraid of having 3 6s in the row, and they're like, oh, that's the devil's number. And of course, the devil himself is like, oh my god, that is so hilarious. I'm going to use that. And then make people afraid of that number, and make cultists worship that number, so that they do their ritualistic sacrifices. They hurt people for the sake of dumbass numbers, because they believe it means something, when it actually doesn't in scripture. So, what, yeah. It's just... Yeah, it was just about names and whatnot that was added in case someone wanted to know. Because you can't be the Antichrist if you just have 666 and survive a mortal head wound. You also have other criteria you need to fill out. And you need to be from Sumeria, of a specific lineage, of a specific time period, because that's what everyone misses out in scripture. Anyway, that's not what we're here about. I'm still very heated about this. Anyway, we're moving on. And then that leads us to today, basically, the modern era. 9 months ago, I made a video talking about being too creative. And that is, I think, when my channel kind of kicked off. It's still my most viewed video at like over 1,000 views. Thank you all so much for that. I'm still baffled by the fact that I even have a video that got up to 1,000 views. And it wasn't just my mom watching it over and over again, because my mom is also a subscriber, and she watches my videos. You know, when I post them on her lunch break and she comes home and just plays my live streams on her phone, which is cute. I appreciate her for that, but also I hate just watching her, like, I'm cooking dinner and I hear my voice being echoed across the house. I'm like, what? Oh, she's listening to a video. Oh! It's embarrassing, Mom. And then my mom, she comes home from school and says, oh, I told some people about your DeviantArt and your YouTube channel. I'm like, Mom, no! Don't tell your class, your children, or your co-workers about my cringy YouTube channel. Mom, no! My mom is my biggest op. Not my biggest op, but she's my biggest fan, and I love her for it. And I'm glad, I am forever thankful that I have someone in my corner, like she is. But it's also embarrassing, you know? Like, when hanging your art on the fridge type thing, it's like, oh, why'd you hang it up on the fridge? Ah, now everybody's gonna see it, Yeah, I absolutely I don't mind it. And, like, in private, I'm like, oh, stop. No, don't do. Oh. But it's... I'm forever thankful for her. And that's where we leave off today. Making random videos, still doing Rune Rambles. This is technically a Rune Rambles live, this stream. And I'm sorry, guys. I hate this video. I absolutely hate this video. The things I needed to hear video. Why does it have 114 views when the actual video that I spent a lot of time on and I'm still very proud of, the randomly generated character designs, has only 59? Please stop watching this video. Watch my other shit. Don't watch it. Ah! I hate that video so much, but I'm not going to unlist it or delete it because I'm keeping it up there as like a reminder to myself and whatnot. But oh my god, do I hate that video. I hate that video. Ah! I hate that video. Happy if you have a healthy relationship with her. Well, at least that, yeah. I'm happy for it too. Because people with having daddy issues creates people pleasers, having mommy issues creates psychopaths. Or sociopaths. So I'm glad I don't have mommy issues. Yeah, I uploaded it and then never watched it. I was like, I don't want to even think about it. This hit 800 views. Wow. And that's where we leave off today. I'm going to switch back over to chatting for a bit. Now, we're about an hour into stream, which is fine. We're making good time. Watch my old videos, talk about them. I have some notes for what I wanted to plan for the stream, just so I don't get completely lost. Okay, we did that. Take the stream has about them if they like to. Yep. Okay, get to drawing while doing a Q&A. Okay. So, I'm gonna... My chair's really squeaky, I apologize. I'm gonna take off my headphones. Just unplug over there. And plug in my speaker again. Where's the plug? Here it is. Plug in my speaker again. Ah, my head. My headphones aren't tight. They're like Spider-Man headphones, but they're just really warm. It makes my head sweaty. That cheered me up when I watched it. I remember having an off or bad day and seeing it improve my mood. Well, I'm glad it helped you guys. At least. And I'm glad it did help someone in the long run, but for me personally, I just ugh. And the thing is, because I made that audio and thought, you know what? This is a little bland. I need to do something to the audio and edit it. So that's why I added the echo effect, because I thought it was too boring by itself. So I added the echo effect, and I absolutely hate it. Anyway. And now we've come to the part of the show where I was going to redraw the old design of Rune next to her new design. And while I was doing that, I thought about also having, like, a Q&A session. I know it's more impromptu. Usually you have a Q&A by saying, hey, put all your questions here, and then I'll answer them later. But I did notice in the YouTube chat that there was an option to start a Q&A, and I have no idea what this button does. It says start Q&A, ask viewer questions, answer viewer questions live. But this is part of engaging with my audience, so if it gives me brownie points, we'll try it. Say something. Ask me any. That's not how you spell any. I don't know how to spell anything. So now you guys, I don't know what this does actually. I guess you guys can submit your questions while I draw. Papa. Okay, yeah. Ever heard of that OC and creator meme? I have heard of it. I think you have to preface your comment with question in order for it to pop up in the questions tab. Because I've never done this before. It shows up as a completely different chat for me. But if that doesn't work, we can just, you know, do something else. Alright, wow. Question. How does this work? Exactly. Yeah, that didn't pop up, so, I don't know. No, fuck it. We'll just do the end Q&A thing. Because it didn't affect chat at all. Did you guys see anything pop up when I did that? Because something happened for me, but then also nothing happened. Okay, so let's just... It was a white bubble on top. Oh, okay, so you guys did see that. Okay, so, while we're worrying about that, I'm going to switch over to my drawing. Okay. And if you guys want to ask me a question, part of like a Q&A thingy-majigid, if you just say question, and then I'll get to answering it as it pops up. Okay, good, that worked. Working on... Working on old and new meme? Alrighty. Oh my god. let me switch over. We got that, we got this, we got that. Oh, yeah, okay. Back to our regularly scheduled programming of drawing and whatnot. I don't have any hot takes ready for this stream because I figured I didn't actually think I was going to be drawing today. I thought it was just going to do like a little talkie segment, but then I was like, you know what, let's also add a little drawing. Let's be fun. Question, do you or do you not have a comfort food? A food I eat when I need comfort. Sort of. Like, I love anything pumpkin spice. And I also have a childhood obsession with goldfish crackers. Even though Cheez-Its objectively taste better and more cheesy, I just like goldfish crackers. They make me feel better when I eat them, but also feel like shit because I could eat an entire container. And specifically the blasted flavor. Specifically goldfish crackers blasted. That is my favorite flavor. The extra cheese and whatnot. So yeah, that is one of my comfort foods. I also have something called Old Reliable that I do for leftovers that isn't really comfort food, but it's one of those where I like eating it, but I can feel my arteries hardening when I eat it. And that's if you have leftover macaroni, cheese, and hot dogs. What you do, you take your leftover hot dogs, cut them up into little discs, fry them in a pan until they're nice and crispy, because the more crispy, the better. Season them up. Extra seasoning is always necessary. Careful with the salt, there's going to be plenty. Throw in the macaroni to also soak up any of the grease that has come out. Give them a little toastiness, and then you throw on some cheese to melt into the macaroni and hot dog mixture. And then the grease from the cheese mixes with the grease from the hot dogs that is soaked up by the macaroni. And then you have to add spice to it. You have to add sriracha or any sort of hot sauce to it. It has to be cheesy and spicy. And then once that's done, you scrape it out into a bowl, and then you top it with either chives or cilantro, whichever one you prefer, and cayenne pepper. That is what I call Old Reliable, just to get some leftovers out of the fridge. It is the most terrible thing you can ever put into your body because of the grease, but I love it to death. It's Old Reliable. Question, how do you feel after 2 years of existing in this form? Honestly, since I've come to terms with the fact that I don't have to be anything that I'm not for the sake of another's enjoyment, I'm the happiest I've ever been. I do have my dark days, but that's more so unrelated to this form, I should say. I'm gonna work on her design. Where is it? Oh, it's out here. Rune's old design. Now, the teeth are always canon. The teeth have stayed canon for a while. I'm also gonna pull it up on the other one. This was actually my first sketch of her. I thought of just putting her in a hoodie and pants because that's what I wore. That's what I wear. and then I threw on a hat, like the witch hat, because I really wanted to draw it, and I was like, no, this looks stupid. So then I did a little thing where, like, what's the shape that I want for her little, thing? So then I threw on this sketch, and I thought, oh, I actually liked that. Let's, reverse engineer a design from this sketch. And then I put this together. Don't ask me what the hair is supposed to be, because I have no idea. Alright, let's draw her. I think her Rune's proportions and face shape have not changed much over the years. I've just gotten more comfortable drawing. I still can't draw heads and necks to save my life. Don't make fun of my speech impediment. I think she always had pointy ears. I don't know. I always make it a point to not draw Rune's ears. Because I don't like showing my ears. My ears are always behind my hair. Never out for the world to see, because I'm always self-conscious that someone's gonna walk by and, like, look in my ears or try to poke my ears, because that has happened before. People have, like, when I was a kid, people used to, like, try to stick their fingers in your ear. I was like, oh, haha, got you. And I absolutely hated it, so now I never show my ears because of that. That was a childhood core memory. I don't know what this dress is supposed to be. I know you were making a joke, Phoenix. I was making a joke too. I think her sleeves have also mostly stayed the same, too. Except Rune's sleeves now are more like butterfly sleeves, specifically. Long butterfly sleeves. That is the actual name. Her skirt is like up to here. That's no es bueno. Also, I end up making plenty of words. Her hair is different too. Sort of. So your arm style is cold shoulder, butterfly sleeves. Yeah, but butterfly sleeves start from like here and then flare out, but don't connect under the arm. So what I've done is just elongated the butterfly sleeve because I hate having my arms exposed too. Even though I'm fine with the shoulders. But I don't like, you know, I don't like shield sleeves, you know, where the clothes are too close to the armpit. I hate that. I absolutely hate it. Anything close to my pits. Because it just feels uncomfortable. Her hair isn't quite like runes, but it is very similar. So there's. I'm trying to remember what her bangs were. I know her hair was like that. And then we have the brim. I had to call for my parents. I didn't call them. You said hi. Okay. Now, I think the main reason I dropped the hat aspect of her design is because I hated drawing the stupid thing for every shot. And in some of the videos when I was talking about some pretty heavy stuff, I was working on sprites for the upcoming videos. And sweet Jesus, is this hat so hard to draw. Who are you? I'm you, but better. I'm you, but instead of a cool hat, I have a cool hood. Because I don't wear hats. I just don't wear hats. Christ on a bike, this is hard to draw. Hoods and beanies, yeah. I don't even wear hoods all that much. I have hoodies, like, I have... The vast majority of my closet is hoodies, but I just don't wear them. I don't wear the hoods, really. I have, some beanies and baseball caps that I wear, but those are mostly for, very specific occasions. I have a fedora, believe it or not. I do. I own a fedora. It's white and has a gray trim on it. Your fan art homework just to draw Rune in a fedora. Don't. M'lady. Please don't. Oh my god. I'd love to see it, but at the same time, please don't do it. If you wanna draw it, feel free to like post it in your community tab and tag me or on Tumblr or DeviantArt. Oh no, do I really want that in my fan art repertoire? I own the fedora, so I have it. Oh no. No. I don't wear it. I don't wear the fedora, so I just have it. Oh my god. Alright, back to the game. While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna look at Rune's old gallery. Because there are some times where I drew the hat and it looked good. But those are few and far between. All of her old designs are on Rune's toy house, which is linked in the description under Skiomorph Designs. Her profile is right there, front and center. Where all her art is there, if you'd like to check it out. Okay, there it goes like that. This looks like someone's top hat that collapsed. But that is how I used to draw it, so canon. This is a canon event. It's a canon event, Miles. It's a canon event. Yeah, this was my canon event, having to draw hats for the majority of these of these sprites. That was my canon event. There we go. A little something like this. The brim is almost cute. It's just this shit up here that I can't seem to get a hand on. My head's so big in some proportions. Yep. I think her sleeve, her thing. There was also a phase where I went through where I decided I just wasn't going to draw noses anymore. That was not long-lived at all. Did you see the Minecraft movie trailer? Oh my god. I haven't seen it, but I do know about it, and I absolutely am not interested. The only video game adaptation movie I'm interested in is Sonic and Mario. That is the only one. I don't care if Jack Black is in the Minecraft movie. It's gonna suck. I don't even like Minecraft. I don't know. Is that my I don't care for the Godfather clip? It's like, since we're all dying, I might as well just tell you guys. I don't care for Minecraft. What? The gasp. Now, actually, my old, my actual, since we're all gonna die, I might as well just tell you guys. I don't care for lo-fi beats. I just don't. I know a lot of people like lo-fi, but every time I try to listen to lo-fi, it just gets annoying. I don't know, I get physically angry at a point where it's just so annoying. And I don't know what it is. It's not like Nightcore annoying, which is still annoying, but a different kind. But something about lo-fi just doesn't resonate with me. And I know everyone loves it. Everyone you know, the girl studying the lo-fi beats is the most watched live stream on YouTube. but it's just, Is the middest version of actual music? Absolutely. It resonates with your anger. It's too repetitive! It is too repetitive. If I can actually tell exactly where the track is looped, I hate it. I hate it. I can't deal. I just can't even. I didn't either. It's just like white noise. If I need something in the background, it's going to be like a, like a compilation of music, like just a playlist. I like listening to playlists if I need something in the background, or video essays. I love listening to video essays in the background. I recently listened to one that someone made for Still Waits the Deep and why it's a good game, and it's like, oh, I love that. Sonic 3 trailer looks sick. Oh! I am so hype for that movie. I was hoping Hayden Christensen would voice Shadow, but I'm fine with Keanu Reeves. But yeah, I saw that and just went, I'm loving every second of it. You need something in the background. I just rewatched Hellsing Ultimate Abridged for the 50th time. I haven't even finished Hellsing. Like, I watched maybe like the first 3 episodes of the original. And I'm like, okay, which and then I found out there was Hellsing Ultimate. I was like, oh, so which one am I actually supposed to watch? And they said, oh, you watch Hellsing Ultimate, and then you watch Hellsing. I was like, oh, okay. So, like, Full Metal Alchemist. You watch Full Metal Alchemist, and then you watch Brotherhood. Okay. And then I tried to watch Ultimate, and it was like, why is this a comedy? Why is this, like, supposed to be funny? I thought Hellsing was supposed to be, like, a horror anime. Oh my god, there's so many tits! Was my initial reaction to Hellsing Ultimate. After already watching the first 3 episodes of the original Hellsing. I did enjoy it. I just haven't gotten around to finishing it. I'm not an anime person. I'm very picky about the anime I watch. Like, I watched Naruto when I was a kid. Not Naruto. Oh my god, I watched Bleach. I hated Naruto. I watched Bleach when I was a kid. And I really liked it. And then I watched, of course, Black Lagoon was really good. I didn't finish the last season, but I did. I love Black Lagoon. I watched Wolf's Rain, which, if you know, you know. Oh my god, the DeviantArt days. Wolf's Rain, spelled R-E-I-N-G, Rain, was the DeviantArt of anime. If you know, you know. And then I took a break from anime for a while because that show broke me. And then I tried to get into other anime, just couldn't do it, and then Full Metal Alchemist came around. And I was like, it popped on my radar, and I was like, oh, I need to watch this. This is really good. And I watched the original Full Metal Alchemist, and I loved it. The ending broke me. I don't know why. I actually liked Conqueror of Shambhala, the Full Metal Alchemist movie. I liked it. the whole bit with the homunculus actually being resurrected dead people and that they couldn't be around their past version of themselves because then that makes them feel weak and able to be killed. It was like, oh, that's an interesting take. And then something with Rose in there. It's been a long time since I've watched that show. And then I watched Brotherhood and went, oh my god, this is so much better. Because it actually followed the manga. Original is different, I think. Yeah, because the manga, yeah. It was the same reason why a lot of anime kind of dragged their feet in the middle. It's because the manga's still coming out. And then the animators are like, well, we need something for this week, so let's just go on this bounce arc. Which is what happened in Bleach. They went on the bounce arc because the manga was still coming out. Which is why it was like 4 seasons where nothing about Aizen even popped up at all. It was because it was still being written. That's why the first Dragon Ball Z was terrible. There, I said it. The first Dragon Ball Z was absolutely terrible and boring. Because the manga was still coming out, so that's why fights lasted like 3 years, even though nothing happened. Right, the anatomy's bad, but that is how I used to draw her, so... I have a lot of people getting pissed about how My Hero Academia ended. I actually have never seen that. Who's boy, I have some weeks. Yep. Filler arcs or like an alternate universe. Some of them were funny and like really interesting. Like the bits with the Zanpakuto like became their own people and started walking around. I actually liked that that arc. Because the Zanpakuto were like a reflection of their wielders. So we got to see a side of their wielders that we normally wouldn't see, like with Byakuya. How he's actually, his Zanpakuto is a reflection of his childish nature that he has hidden over the years. And they're like, what? Oh my god. He's actually a brat. It's because Byakuya used to be a brat. And then when... I mostly like that arc because, Zabimaru got a lot of screen time. And I absolutely love Renji. Renji was my favorite Shinigami. Low-key, high-key had a crush on Renji. I don't want to talk about it. So when Zabimaru got a lot of screen time, I was like, yes! The side of Renji we don't get to see. Why is she a woman? Why does she have big tits? I was like, alright, well, okay. Something you want to talk about, Renji? It was funny. Shut up. We are not speaking of it. Still need to watch that arc, but yeah, it's a nice one. Can I give spoilers? Sure. I don't watch My Hero Academia, so it's fine. I know there was some drama about this one character's outfit, because, you know, she's, you know, underaged, and her outfit was very revealing, because things came out of her clothes and whatnot. It's like, there were so many other ways you could have done that, Japan. Your pedophilia is showing. Well, if that song earlier didn't get me dinged for demonetization. Saying that word out loud, uncensored, definitely is. I hate that we have to censor ourselves when talking about actual scumbags. Well, the actual scumbags can get away with whatever the hell, because we can't talk about what they're doing. Because we're busy getting copyright strikes, and not copyright strikes, we're busy getting demonetized, talking about things that are TOS, because that person is actually engaging in such behavior. But no, they get away with it because we can't talk about it, and it's just protecting the predator. I am very passionate about that topic, and I think YouTube needs to actually reassess the algorithm. But everyone's on board with that. The YouTube algorithm needs to be reassessed. It needs an update. I would get a job at YouTube just so I can figure out what's going on. Become a programmer so I can fix the algorithm and then immediately quit. Yeah, Momo's up. That's her name. Yeah, Momo. I mean, the one thing I remember about her is that, you know, her design, aside from her outfit, her hair and face looks very cute. So I'm like, oh, she is adorable, but no, she's a kid. So like, back off, Japan. But it is a huge problem. In the wise words of Hayao Miyazaki, anime was a mistake. So, I mean, you heard about the Ghibli family park, themed park, right? Why it had to close? Because perverts kept groping the statues of Kiki and all the like young girl characters. It was just disgusting. It's like, bruh. I feel like I need that Doofenshmirtz, you know that clip from Phineas and Ferb with Doofenshmirtz like, hey baby, why don't you ditch that guy and drive with a real man? She's 15! She just shoots him with a death ray or whatever. It's like, that's me with every single one of these anime characters. So like, oh wow, hey baby, let's draw some scantily fan art and have you a magical girl transformation where you're actually naked. She's 14! Boom! He didn't actually kill him because Disney, but still, I wish he did. I've actually never watched Phineas and Ferb. Mostly because I didn't grow up with the Disney Channel, and when we did have Disney Plus, I just never got around to it. The clips I've seen of Phineas and Ferb are absolutely hysterical. I love a platypus? Benny the platypus? I absolutely love that gag. It gets funnier every time. My favorite rendition of the meme is, see if I can get the color correct. That's my favorite one. Just its abstract art. A teal line. Better the teal line. I think my favorite one of the Perry the Platypus ones, where he's like, what kind of a plumber are you? A platypus plumber? Perry the Platypus plumber? Perry the Platypus! He just takes off his belt. It's Perry the Platypus plumber? Perry the Platypus! Oh, it's too good. It's too good. It's just comedy gold. Speaking of, not really hot takes and whatnot, since I brought up Djibouti, which is how you pronounce it. I was about to write it before you heard you saying it. Same brainwave. Same brainwave. Since I brought up, I probably said it Ghibli, but it's actually pronounced Djibouti. The Hayao Miyazaki movies. Which one's your favorite, Djibouti movie? Mine is Princess Mononoke. That is my, of all time, favorite Hayao Miyazaki film. And that is because I haven't seen all of them, but I know a lot of people like Howl's Moving Castle, mostly because they have a crush on Howl. It's like, okay, but, you know, what's the story? What are we doing here? I prefer Princess Mononoke. I like the story behind it. I love the meaning, the themes. And I've always loved, nature fighting back stories. Even when I was a kid, my favorite book when I was a youngin' was called The Wump World. If you don't know what that is, hang on. It's a Bill Peet book. Let's see. I'm gonna look it up real quick. The Wump World by Bill Peet. Yep. Here it is. Let's see. Do I have a... Yes, I do. Oh. Hang on, I gotta show you guys this real quick because it's absolutely adorable. This was my of all-time favorite children's book. It's called The Wump World by Bill Peet. And it's this little book about this little planet that was entirely made of grass and water, and the little wumps that lived on it. And one day, these strangers from a new world come down with their machines and say, oh, what a beautiful planet, let's make our own world. So, and then they started, you know, they claimed it for their own. Let's see if I can find the pictures. They tore up all the grass and the trees. The wumps were chased underground and they had to survive on small grass and mushrooms. And it got to the point where they had completely industrialized the entire planet and everyone was sick because of the fumes and the gas and the gunk everywhere. It was basically the Lorax before the Lorax. Like, I'm pretty sure the Wump World came out before the Lorax. I could be wrong on that. Feel free to correct me. And then they send out scouts to find a new world for these people to live. And they find a new planet. And then all the people leave the Wump World. And then the Wumps break out from the world and see what's left of their planet. And it's not pretty. But then a glimmer of hope. They find a little park that has grass and trees that's left for them. And then the book ends with something to the effect of the rain washed away all the gunk, the storms knocked down. Yeah, here. In time, the murky skies would clear up, and the rains would wash the scum from the rivers and lakes. The tall buildings would come crumbling down, and the motorways would crumble away. And in time, the green growth would wind its way up through the rubble, but the Wump world would never be quite the same. So it had a hopeful ending. We're like, hey, it all will fall away and rebuild itself, but it'll never be the same again. And that was this is my of all time favorite children's book. That was just my favorite growing up. Second to that was the Lorax. But I liked it for the same for the same reason I liked the Wump World. But I remember the Wump World, I remember reading that first, before the Lorax, because my mom had, like, a home video of me, when I was, like, 3 or 4, running around with that book, demanding that someone read it to me. My mom would tell me, when I was, like, 3 or 4, and I could, like, walk around, I would grab that book, walk up to someone and say, "Sit you wap?" And they would, alright, yeah, sure, and they'd sit me on their lap, and they would read that book to me, because it was my favorite. So that's a little Rune lore. Okay, back to the original ref. How did I even get on this conversation? Oh yeah, I was talking about Princess Mononoke. Right, yeah, I love, books and stories about nature fighting back. Which is also why I really liked the movie Avatar. I know a lot of people shit on it for its messages and whatnot, but anytime nature fights back from industrialization, I love it. The scene, Awa has heard you, mwah! Oh, chills every time. That's my favorite scene in the whole movie. Druid seal of approval. Oh, I guess Rune could be considered a druid, but she doesn't have, like, any animal connections, I guess. I've just been going with the term cryptid, because that just it just makes more sense. What I also like about Princess Mononoke is that there's the side of nature and the side of industrialization, and in the movie, they're both wrong in their own ways, but they're both right. Like, they're neither right nor wrong. They've both done equally bad things, but it's for the sake of defending themselves. Like, Lady Eboshi only attacked the boar demon because it was attacking her people. And that boar demon was only attacking her people because they were attacking the forest. So they were all just defending themselves. So there's, like, no wrong or right. The only right opinion that was portrayed in the movie was them living together in harmony, finding a way to coexist. And I like Princess Mononoke so much. I love that movie. It scared me as a child because of when the boar demon would go mad. The worms. Oh, the worms made me... Ugh. I hate anything to do with worms or parasitic Ridleys. I can't do it. I can't. Ugh. I can't do it. It's a phobia of mine. And it's because of that movie. So I know a lot of people say that Howl's Moving Castle is their favorite. I'm just... Oh, sure, but Princess Mononoke. I liked My Neighbor Totoro because it was very cute, but I also really liked that it just wasn't plot heavy at all. There was no plot, really, to My Neighbor Totoro. It was just childhood whimsy. It's like, you know what? Respect. And I haven't seen it, but I really want to watch Grave of the Fireflies. I haven't seen it yet. I know it's going to make me cry because of the subject matter of the film. I know it's going to make me cry. But I want to watch it, but at the same time I don't, because it's gonna break me. But Grave of the Fireflies is a very important movie. Yeah, My Neighbor Totoro was just adorable. Same with Ponyo. It was just cute. And I think that's what a lot of people like about Miyazaki films. They're either a very deep introspection into the necessity of balance and harmony, or they're just childhood whimsy. Like that old Miyazaki film that I can't remember the name of it. It's like Valley of the Wind something. It's the one with the bugs and the fungus that is toxic to humans, but at the same time it's helping them because it's regrowing the forest that is healing. And I haven't seen it, but I really want to watch it. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's like Valley of the something or another. And I want to watch it in the original Japanese with subtitles because that's closer to Miyazaki's true vision. Because in the English translation, they wrote the bugs differently. As like being more animalistic rather than an intelligent species because of American bias. it's one that not a lot of people talk about because it was very heavy. And it's like a cultural call out. Slightly more so than Princess Mononoke was. Because what I really like about that movie, from what I've seen, is that the bugs are specifically designed to not look cute or familiar or like anything that a human could relate to. Yet that's the point. It's not cute. It doesn't appeal to our human sensibilities. But that doesn't matter because we both need each other. Oh no, the current model has a hood too. I just don't draw it on the sprite. The old model had the hat. Also, I noticed that the eyelashes changed. Like in our old design, the eyelashes were not connected and pointed upward with like little divots in them. To like feather them out a little bit. While in her current design, the eyelashes are just straight triangles. I think that was just for the sake, for ease of drawing, and because I also just liked the way it looked. Oh wait, that goes up higher. Shoot. We still sort of kept that bit of her hair. Ow. But it's less, all over the place. Not sure what her hand is supposed to be doing. Okay, that's terrible. She was supposed to be holding her hood, because the joke was traded a hat for a hood. But I might just drop it. For the sake of my own sanity. I heard the air fryer. What are you making? Okay. I already had some for breakfast. My sister's making fries. It was surreal to see the same characters in two different iterations in that way. Yeah, the Spider-Man pointing meme. Oh, since we were asking... Hey, Tab! She can't hear me over the foil. Yo! What's your favorite Miyazaki film? Yeah. Okay, so she said Princess Mononoke as well. Really? Because I thought you would pick Ponyo. Okay, if you didn't hear, she said Ponyo was cute, but she prefers watching Mononoke. So yeah, we are of one mind on that one. Something about the proportions on this one look a little off. I'm not sure what it is. It's probably because she's tilting her head and that always makes me elongate some things. And it could also be the hood. been a while since I've drawn it. Eesh. Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. We were talking about anime earlier and what our favorite animes were, and I totally forgot about my obsession with Hetalia. God, I totally forgot about Hetalia. That was the anime that got me back into anime. And it was because it was just it was so silly and stupid, and I loved it. But I also liked the historical aspect of some of it. It's like, my god, this is ridiculous. Is that the one with the crunch? Yes, it is. My favorite country was Russia. He was my favorite. Also, a lot of people said it was racist and problematic, and I'm just like, okay, but that's an American saying that it's problematic and racist. Even though the American is no one argues with the portrayal of America. So I'm wondering if anyone from those other countries being portrayed is actually offended. Except maybe China, but China's offended by everything. Haha. And of course it was slightly racist. It's a joke. Now, I didn't read the manga, and there was the controversy of, in the manga, that South Korea was depicted as a pervert that was constantly chasing women. When that's what Japan did to Korea, that Japan still won't even acknowledge happened in their history. So that was kind of problematic and ick, but that's just one aspect of the manga. I'm talking about the anime, which is so far removed. That and the songs. They had so many songs that just were like extras that the Japanese voice actors would sing, and I love those songs. They had their own "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," talking about how the different countries celebrate Christmas. I was like, oh, that's so cute. It gets stuck in my head every once in a while. Even though I don't celebrate Christmas, I celebrate Hanukkah instead. I liked learning about that. It's like, oh, that's very interesting. And also adorable. Now I have the Japanese version of We Wish You a Merry Christmas stuck in my head. Gotta get some sleep. Rest well, EXO. Get some sleep. This strum will still be up on the channel. So don't worry about missing anything. No, she just licks it. New Rune is actually, the way I've drawn them, taller than old Rune. Even though old Rune looks taller because of the hat. New Rune looks physically bigger. and I mean, that's, you know, it's mostly accurate. You know, I have gotten bigger in more ways than one since Rune's first creation. It's been 2 years of quarantine. My throat's starting to die again, so I'm gonna pop a cough drop. Non-medicated, so don't worry, you guys. These are over the counter. I'm gonna pop this, switch to water, so we can keep going. Also, speaking of Hitalia, one thing I learned from Hitalia that I didn't know was a thing, but apparently it is, called a Christmas cake. Or like an Xmas cake. That is absolutely deplorable to look at. It's not a fruit cake, which is something completely different that came from Europe. But in America, they have a Christmas cake, or we X up the Christ to make it extreme! I absolutely love America's depiction in the show. It's so funny. He literally has a song singing about hamburgers. It was like, there's no way this is real. Like, they're just making a joke about Americans always eating cake, right? And then I looked it up and was like, nope, that's a real thing. Holy shit, I've lived in America my entire life. Never even heard of this monstrosity. Get this away from me. And just because I live in a part of America that doesn't have that, but at the same time, my family is... Even when we celebrated Christmas, we weren't big on it, and now we don't do Christmas at all. We do Hanukkah, which we got our own plethora of sweet treats and deep-fried goodness. Which I know it's tradition to cook things in oil on Hanukkah, but I'm gonna abuse the shit out of that air fryer we have. I'm gonna air fry some jelly-filled donuts. You guys want to shovel down some Xmas cake? God Christ on a bike. Why do I get this song out of my head? It is September. Let's not be humming Christmas carols in September. I hate Christmas music. Okay. I like Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I absolutely love that band. Their Christmas music slaps. But Christmas music in general, get the fuck out of here. How long have I been straight? 2.5 hours. That's typical. I almost started humming it again. Alright, stop! Man, there are so many, and I mean so many, Christmas movies, and not a single Hanukkah movie that I can think of. Except maybe an Adam Sandler film, but I don't like Adam Sandler, so... Other than that one Adam Sandler film, I can't think of another Hanukkah film. Christmas movies are way too overdone. Oh, yeah. Especially when they're about, oh, people need to get into the spirit of Christmas and the spirit of giving and whatnot. It's not about just getting presents. Oh my god, you're not celebrating Christmas? How dare you? It's like, fuck you, okay? As much as I liked the movie Christmas with the Cranks, which was a Tim Allen film that I as a kid, thought it was hysterical. But they were literally ostracized by their community for deciding to not celebrate Christmas that year and just go on a cruise. They ended up not going on the cruise anyway. And they decided to stay home to celebrate Christmas after they were ostracized by their own community, and then they had to, you know, oh, great, we have to now get our Christmas decorations up, even though we got rid of them all. We have to go get a tree. We have to go get a hickory honeyed ham. Even though there's no more anymore in the store. It's a comedy. Of course, it's a comedy. My goodness. But heaven forbid people have a different holiday preference. Or here's an idea, that they don't celebrate Christmas because of religious purposes. How dare I be Jewish? How dare you celebrate Kwanzaa? You know, that's just like the vibe I get from Christmas films. It's like, oh, it's all about Christmas. There's no way you can't celebrate Christmas. What do you mean you don't believe in Santa Claus? You have to believe. That's how he gets his powers. Like, he's not a Greek god, you guys. Well, maybe he is. So you just have to believe. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Please, shut up. Can we get a Christmas movie that's actually respectful, where someone's like, oh, because this year, Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa all start on the same day. Can we get a Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa movie where it's talking about the different religions of the world, and we have like at the end of the movie, we have like a mashup of Merry Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa songs all at the same time? Can we have can we at least have that? If not just a standalone Hanukkah film, which is 8 days, so that's more material to work with. And actually has a historical background when the Jews fought against the Roman occupation to get back their homeland, led by the Maccabees. You know, actual historical records of us reclaiming our homeland again. But no, we gotta make a million movies about capitalism and corporate greed and thinly veil it as the spirit of giving. Totally not at all salty about it. But it seems like Hollywood can't, or is incapable of making Bible-inspired movies that aren't absolute garbage. Remember Noah? The Noah movie with Russell Crowe? That was terrible. Not even from a religious standpoint, but like from a movie standpoint, that movie was just disgusting. It sounds more sour than salty. Call me the Grinch, because when Christmas rolls around, I'm like, oh, the noise. Also, heaven forbid someone has an audio sensory sensitivity. And can't stand all the loud noises and the squeaking and the bells and the... And they sing and they sing and they sing. I must stop this Christmas from coming. My favorite Christmas song is a song by Trans-Siberian Orchestra called What is Christmas? And he's just like, oh. The lyrics are absolutely funny. Now, I like Trans-Siberian Orchestra music because it's more orchestra, and then the Christmas music that they do have with lyrics is either about family or snow. That's what their Christmas songs are about. Family and snow. And enjoying wintertime activities. That I can get behind. I like wintertime activities. And, you know, and because it snowed like 3 feet in one night, we get a delay in school, so now we can build a snowman and, you know, have some extra time of fun. You know, I like winter. It's just those 2 days in December where everyone's like, "Merry," and like the second Halloween is over, then Christmas decorations come out, and I'm like, "Fuck off to hell, you stupid bitch!" That I will actually argue tooth and nail with someone if it's like midnight on Halloween and they're already taking down their Halloween decorations and putting up Santa Claus and snowman. I will kick it over as part of, it's like, it's still Halloween, you dumb whore. Here's your trick as part of trick-or-treating. Of course, I don't actually advocate property destruction. Celebrate whatever you want to celebrate, but stay out of my face about it. Please, when it comes, like, please, at least let Thanksgiving happen before you get crazy with the elf on a shelf and bullshit. Just let Thanksgiving happen first. I know nobody likes that holiday, but come on. Let Halloween live a little bit longer. Exactly! Here's a hot take that I already talked about in my Artist Like Fall like video is Halloween themed movies are always better than Christmas movies. Fall and Halloween just have better movies than any other holiday. Except maybe Independence Day, but that's because I really liked the Independence Day movie. The first one, not the second one. The second one was... bleh. The second Independence Day was just bad. It was bad. Garbage. Trash. Get that out of here. The first one was really good. I liked it. It's very American. But hey, I mean, it's an American film, so duh. Sometimes I like just a feel-good movie about kicking ass. And the speech in that movie, the Independence Day speech, is so good. That makes me want to, you know, I could fight an army of aliens. If you haven't heard the speech, it's on YouTube. So you can just type up Independence Day movie speech. And it'll pop right up, but oof. It is so good. I'm trying to think what happens to other parts of the world while Thanksgiving is happening in the US. Yeah, and I've wondered this too, like, do other cultures have their version of Thanksgiving? Well, I know they don't have Thanksgiving because that was an American holiday, but do they have a holiday celebrating the harvest? and family coming together, you know, to share a feast because people were starving, and then they came together to throw a party because winter was coming. Like, the point of Thanksgiving is to have one last hurrah before the snow comes. Oh, excuse me. We even have a Thanksgiving-themed movie called Freebirds. That movie was just funny. I don't believe in the message that it gave out, but I thought it was funny. If you haven't seen the movie Freebirds, you're not missing out at all. It's a movie... How do I explain it? It's a movie trying to talk about how the turkeys feel about Thanksgiving. And it's like, I don't care. So, to save their kind from yearly genocide, these two turkeys get a time machine, and they go back in time to the first Thanksgiving to stop it from happening. And they meet this, clearly not based off of the indigenous people, group of wild turkeys that they join an underground resistance group against the humans who are trying to hunt them for the first Thanksgiving to happen. And shenanigans ensue, and they eventually solve the Thanksgiving problem by saying, hey, instead of eating turkey, just have pizza. So they brought pizza back in time and gave it to the first settlers to have for their first Thanksgiving, and it changed the course of history. So instead of eating turkey for Thanksgiving, people just have pizza. It was one of the dumbest movies I had seen, but it was part of like a matinee, so I was like, I didn't pay for it, it was free. It's like, oh my god, what is this movie? It was so dumb. But it made me laugh on more than one occasion. It was very, like, predictable. Even for a kid's movie, it was very predictable. But it was just, what the fuck? Who thought this was a good idea? You know, at the very least I know part of Romania, the only holidays we have marked on the calendar is religious tales and the Day of Saint. I'm assuming that X represents the 10 in Roman numerals? Or is it actually Saint X? We don't even have a Halloween outside of people adapting the party theme and some. Yeah, America is pretty influential when it comes to parties. Like, even in, like, people who aren't even religious celebrate Christmas because we've turned it into a marketable holiday. If you can market it, it doesn't matter what religion you are, you can celebrate it. Now, personally, I don't do the Christmas thing because of its origins and whatnot, but I'm a little, I struggle with Halloween. I really like Halloween, or at least I don't like the trick-or-treating thing about it, or I don't actually celebrate, I just like spooky season. Like, movies and whatnot. I watched the first Halloween movie once, and I was like, okay, this is pretty good. Still prefer Friday the 13th, but this is okay. For the first slasher film, it was pretty good. Oh, a placeholder. Oh, okay. Celebrate the Saints. Okay, okay, okay. Also, this year, now normally on the Jewish calendar we have our like holiest holidays, you know, like, well, not our holiest, but like our biggest holidays. Yeah, holy. Yom Kippur is holy. We have Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Sukkot all in the same month. Usually it's in September, but this year they're gonna be in October. So I'm gonna be celebrating my Jewish holidays at the same time as spooky season. So that's gonna be awesome. Now, what is going to be a bit of an issue is usually by the time Sukkot rolls around in September, it's already really cold. And part of Sukkot is eating outside in the sukkah and dwelling in it, because that's what our ancestors did when they escaped Egypt. They dwelt in the desert, and in the Jewish calendar, Sukkot is when Yeshua was born, not December, on Sukkot. It's just the way the math works. Because he dwelt with us. May you have good tidings of great joy. It's what we say on Sukkot. Anyway. But this year, since it's going to be in October, it's going to be extra cold. So we really won't be able to sleep out in the sukkah. One downside to Rune's new design is I like it, but it's also, it takes like 3 times longer to draw because there's so much more detail. But I excuse it because it's details I like. And going back to the cosplay aspect of the original design, I could still cosplay as this version of Rune. It would just take more work to collect it all. I'd probably have to sew my own dress. Which, I hate sewing, but at the same time, you know, it's a good life skill to have. Seeing this in real life, I think I would actually cry. Now, for her hair, I think I would just get a wig. Just like a custom wig or clip-ons. Because my hair is not that pigmented. Even when I first dye it, it's not that pigmented. And to keep your hair safe, do the best. Yeah. The thing is, wigs are expensive. Like, really expensive. What I would have to do, honestly, the cheapest route to go would to buy a full blonde wig and cut it and dye it myself. But even then, there's so many chances for me to fuck that up. And I'd have to, like, watch hours of YouTube cosplay tutorials to get it right. Literal hours. But I hear it's actually not as hard as people make it out to be. But at the same time, it's not as simple as people make it out to be either. Great. Since we were talking about Trans-Siberian Orchestra, now I got one of their songs stuck in my head called Christmas Jazz. And it's very catchy, and it is jazz, and I like jazz, so that's why it's stuck in my head, but... Okay. Hot take, I guess. I haven't seen, what's it called? I haven't seen Nightmare Before Christmas, but I do know the music. The music slaps. I love the Oogie Boogie song. But for the titular This Is Halloween song, the original, I'm not a huge fan of the original song. But I do like the song, but specifically the Marilyn Manson version. Because not only is that version rock, but Marilyn Manson is a god of, of rock covers. If you haven't heard it, listen to it. He makes the song actually creepy. Like, instead of just whimsical. And I think it's all because of his, like, general performance when it comes to his voice and the way he makes it, kind of gruff. But that's my favorite version of the song. If you haven't heard it, I highly suggest you check it out. It's This Is Halloween by Marilyn Manson. Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Come with us and you will see this our town of Halloween. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Pumpkins scream in the dead of night. This is Halloween, everybody make a scene. Trick or treat to the neighbors gonna die of fright. It's our town, everybody's screaming in this town of Halloween. I am the one hiding under your bed, teeth round sharp and eyes glowing red. I am the one hiding under your stairs, fingers like snakes and spiders in my hair. Good stuff. I also preferred the Marilyn Manson cover of Sweet Dreams and Tainted Love. Just whenever Marilyn Manson does a cover, he also does a cover of "You Spin Me Right Round," which is also really good. Whenever he does a cover, I don't know, it's just the way he does it. He never misses. Another Ringnissa. You never miss. If you understand that reference, you are old enough to be... You are old enough and probably American enough to be my friend. Very neat. Yeah, always bangers. Yeah. His version of Tainted Love just sounds better, too, than the original. Like, vastly better. Sometimes I feel I've got to run away. I've got to get away from you wanted more for me, the love we share. Those dogs. What? Oi! She's not gonna listen to me. Take my tears and that's not nearly all tainted love. I've got to run away. I've got to get away. Sorry, I don't pray that way. Oh, that's what she's barking at. My sister's getting the trash cans. I know the line art, I keep futzing with the line art, but I want it to look good before I move on to the coloring. Because the coloring is interesting, because I want to see if the actual palette has, how much it's actually changed. I know the hair and eyes have changed, but I want to know if the browns and the greens in her dress have changed a lot. I know I've added a lot more to Rune's design. I forgot the jewelry! Wait a minute. Okay, what hands? What hands? Okay, we got this one. And that's all in the wrong layer. There. Almost forgot about the jewelry. Whew. This tainted love you've given, I give you all a boy can give you. Take my tears and that's not nearly how tainted love. Now I know I've got to run away, I've got to get away. I just remembered what I asked people to draw. Well, that's gonna be interesting. I'm pretty sure also her skin tone changed, but I can't be sure. Hey, Waffles! I'm just finishing up the line art of this piece, and then we'll get on with the coloring. This is Rune's old design next to her new design. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, I can feel that there's a color difference here. Alright. Try not to have any overlap. Yep, there's a color difference. Oh my god! That is a huge color difference. I didn't even realize it was that drastic. Holy balls. Wow. That is huge. Well, this will be interesting. Okay, now for Rune's old eyes, or new eyes, we got some gray, base of red, with some, oops. And then some lightest red around the pupils. Now her old eyes were, okay, still gray. But it's a completely different gray. Oh wow. Her colors were so much lighter. Okay, just this dark red. Okay, with a bit lighter. And brown pupils. There's that difference. This is well, this just got interesting. My only Valentino quote. Now her hair. Good heavens. Her hair. I remember what I would do. I would... Hello, HUD. I'm redrawing a old rendition of... no, the first rendition of my OC next to the newest rendition, and the differences are staggering. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, damn. Okay. I'm trying to remember what I would do here. And then, okay, I would unclip it, add another layer, and then airbrush in the darker bits. And then on a different layer, it's slowly coming back to me. I would use this orange and and I would do that. Oh my god. Sometimes the simplest route is the best route. Oh my god. And I still have to add the lighter orange on top of it. How do you feel about your artistic evolution? I have definitely improved over the years, that's for damn sure. Alright, then I took this lighter... How would I do this? On the highlights and on the ends. Oh, Christ on a bike. Okay. You're becoming more jaded over the years. I most certainly have. Oh, I've actually went through a full personality change. Not a full personality change, but I've definitely had a noticeable difference in my way of thinking over the years, which is good. But it just kind of came as a surprise to me when I retook that Myers-Briggs personality test. And I used to be an INFP, but now I'm an INFJ. Which was a shock to me. I thought, wait a minute, I haven't changed that much, have I? And then I look at my OCs and go, oh, I have. Okay, now let's do Rune's hair. Which is... Oh, Christ, so much darker. You're an INFP? Well, I used to be one. Are you an INFP T or an INFP A? Or do you even know what that means? Because I was an INFP T. The T standing for turbulent. T? Same, buddy, same. I am realizing just how desaturated I've become over the years. Oh no. Then I took an Oh, Timothy. I used to be an adventurer like you. Oh my god, it's been how many years since I thought of that meme? Oh my god. Oh. Like, have I changed that much? At least, I think, hold on. The brown hasn't changed much, has it? Now I'm concerned. Ah! The brown has changed very subtly. Like, you almost can't even see it. But there is a difference. Only a slight difference in the browns. See? Well, now I look crazy, but yeah, there is a difference here. Yeah, there is a fundamental difference between the browns. The original brown is more orangey red, while my current brown is more pinkish, is more red. The original one, well, actually, the original one was red. This one is more pink red. You just might have to, man. Alright, and then she had the brown on her arms and legs. Okay. So that hasn't... The placement of the brown color hasn't changed. But just the quantity of it has. Yeah, it's the base color of the brown has changed. Like, watch my color wheel. The value is still the same, but the hue has changed. Yeah, it's moving back and forth between red, orange, and pink red. Whoa, whoops. That's different. Oh, and I forgot. There we go. Yeah, the amount of brown in the outfit overall has changed. And the shades. Okay. Whew. One fundamental thing has not changed. The green highlight has not changed at all. Thank God. That's at least stayed the same. That is the only thing that has stayed the same. Everything down to the skin tone and eye colors have changed. My goodness. And then her dress is all one color. The added, yeah, belt and scarf accessories that add more brown. Yep. Oh, and her jewelry. Which I can't believe I almost forgot about. Yeah, Rune used to have, like, 4 bracelets and a few rings, but that was because I used to wear that level of accessory. And also this, yeah, this jet black I would put under the skirt. And kind of ripped jeans style under the legs. As like lazy shading. Because I didn't want to risk any references to panty shots. So I would do that. Kind of Rise style inspired black shorts under the skirt thing. Alright, now for new Rune's design. Which is a lot harder. Alright, let's see what the... Okay, the base screen stays. Sort of. The base green is the same. The variety of green has obviously changed. And the level of pixels I have to fill in one by one is excruciating. But that's worth it in the end. Okay, these are a lot darker. Have you seen, have you heard Mother Earth's Plantasia by Mort Garson? That doesn't sound familiar, but I have heard a song called Mother Earth by Xandria. Or whatever their name was called, and I really liked that song. But it vaguely sounds familiar. Because I think, at least I think it was Xandria that had this song. She rules until the end of time. She goes away. She rules until the end of time. Oh, and I think the undersleeves haven't changed. Are, the light green as well. Well, that was nice, because it used to be a lot darker. So glad I changed that. Even if it was me just accidentally rendering. Just forgetting to render the underside. Shh. Nobody has to know. And now the corset is a different color. Oh, the green still continues. Across this little ruffle bit just to hide any cleavage that might accidentally be happening. Because we do not want to show off the booba. It's an album, synthesizer, instrumental for plant lovers. Then yeah, it does sound vaguely familiar. Like I've come across it before, but I like don't remember that's what it was called. Because that happens to me a lot. So I'll definitely check that out. Because it sounds like something I'd be into. I mean, earlier on stream I was talking about how my favorite Miyazaki film was Princess Mononoke. And how my favorite children's books were The Wump World and The Lorax. So that sounds like right up my alley. And then the corset has a gradient. Has a gradient. Right? Yeah. Right. Because for some reason I just felt the need to add gradients everywhere. Wait, is that the wrong green? It's the wrong green, guys! Okay. You know we're in dire straits when I bust out the old man voice. I gotta fix this. Alright, everyone hush. This must be perfect. There we go. I think the red on her face was still there. It's just not here. Hang on, let me check that old, her old art. 'Cause I think she had some sort of shadow thing going on. Looking at her old refs. Typically not. It was only when she was emotional that the red would show up. Okay. Now it's just become a part of her thing. Well. This is certainly something. Oh my god, I didn't know how much of a fundamental difference there was. Like, there are two colors that are the same. The green stripe and her her dress, like the base color of her dress. That's the only thing that carried over. Those greens look different. Hold up. Okay, yeah, it is the same green. That for sure carried over. The orange and purple stayed, but they're different kinds of oranges and purple. The brown is different. The skin tone is definitely different. So you always emotional nowadays? Shut up. Quit calling me out. My goodness. No, I just said I add the years. Let's do edge pen. Oh, wait. 20... 22? $20... 24. Phew. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a lighter... the eye gray highlight behind them with that purple as a gradient on top of it. How does it feel to breathe when you die? I've never seen you out of your head. Cut to the bone, it's broken up. How sad. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? Is almost concerning. Well, I don't want to tell you about my actual skin tone then. I am Irish as hell. blessed water. Sorry, I'm just gonna stare at this for a little bit and just soak it in. Because, good Jesus, this is so different. Just you burn easier. Yeah. My face and shoulders burn very easily. My legs, however, I could go outside in a long sleeve and shorts, and somehow my shoulders would burn while my legs are still Snow White. I don't know what it is. My dad so affectionately put it that my legs are like a pair of glow sticks. Because they don't, my legs do not change colors. They've never tanned, no matter what I do. And I don't even tan, I just freckle. I have freckles everywhere. And that's the Irish in me. Pair of glow sticks. Well, you can thank my dad for that colorful vernacular. It's funny, I took the gradients out of the hair and put it in her dress. And... my goodness. There we go. Just have to smooth that out for a bit. Bottom of her feet are orange. I didn't know that was the thing. That feels fake. I had not saved that entire time. Word of the unwise. Any artists out there, always save automatically, like every 2 minutes. Save. Just save all the time. Save everything. Don't be like me. Don't do a whole ass illustration and never hit the save button. There's a natural skin toner. Huh. Well, you learn something new every day. Yeah, don't forget to save yourself. Don't forget to save. Absolutely. Oh my god. I like the lighter one. Let's do 42. The answers of life, universe, everything. Damn. Alright, now I gotta sign it. I'm putting my glove back on. Get my bad cursive out of here. Out here. That looked vulgar. My goodness. From this to this. Look how far we've come in 2 years. And... oof. We can only go further from here. Whether it's in a good or a bad direction. That's... sorry, I had to fix that. I just noticed that. Oh, look how far we've come in 10 years. Yeah, the good... we can only go forward from here. Good or bad? That depends. That depends on your opinion. Wow. I'm gonna have to end stream so I can just stare at this in silence for a few hours and just contemplate. Because you saw on my channel, we've gone through a lot of iterations. Oh, I'm supposed to link. Yeah, as soon as I end stream here, I'm going to, link that, website that still has all my, some of my old edits that I used to do on YouTube. Remember those? Not quite like a YouTube poop, but like a crack. They were called crack vids. Now that's a term that hasn't been used since 2003. But either way, I used to do those, and I saved some of them there on the link. I'll post it in the, I'll pin a comment after we're done here. But, oh my. I mean, just... that is actually lighter than me in real life. I think the original vibe with her was supposed to be, like, a pseudo-vampire. But over the years, she's just become more ghoulish than a vampire. Because, yeah, she's not a witch. And she's not a vampire, per se. She's more of a cryptid. A ghoulish cryptid. Is what I've been going with. But, oh my god, it's been quite a journey. Quite a mental journey, too. My persona is a reflection of my mental state. And the more I look at this old version of Rune, the more I remember just how unhappy I was. Yeah?
Were you gonna make banana bread or was I?
I was. I'm just gonna end stream here.
Oh, okay. I didn't know when.
Yeah, I'm wrapping up right now.
Okay, because the bananas have liquefied.
Give me 5 minutes.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Well, that is my cue to leave. I got some banana bread that needs bacon. Alright. Thank you all so much for watching, whether you watch live or after the fact. Either way, I love you. It has been quite a journey that we have gone through. Cute and fragile. More jaded and confident. Oh my god. Yeah, well. I will be taking a break from videos this month. Not from streaming, but from videos. Because I had started a different project where, getting close, guys, I have officially, because they convinced me last stream, I have officially started a second channel that is 100% dedicated to my future animated series, Gatesville. So if you like spooky, whimsy, vampire werewolves, have I got a show for you. It's called Gatesville. I have, there's nothing posted officially yet. I'm still in the scripting phase, but I started the channel anyway to like get my foot in the door, so when I stream working on it, it'll be there. I will post a link to it in the community tab, if any of you guys want to check that out and just look at it. Just to see what I have so far, which it's brand new, it's a work in progress, so there's not really anything there yet, but it is there, in case, you know, for when I post things in the future. Anyway, I have to go, so I will see you whenever. Bye-bye.